Story time on how my mom found out that I was 16 and pregnant. So if you don't know me, I had my first daughter at 16. I'm 28 now and she's 12. So before I go forward with the story, my mom was an amazing mom. She literally did everything by the books, did everything right. Me and my sister just was really fucking sneaky. And I'm saying my sister because my sister was pregnant as well. We are also identical twins, and no, we did not plan it. So I met my daughter's dad at a party, literally a party. Mind y'all, keep in mind that I'm 16 years old. I say that to say that the only reason why I was attracted to him is because I thought he could dance. I told my friend, like, oh, I think he's cute. After we all left, we were all walking home from the house party. She said something to him, and that is how we met. Long story short, y'all, I ended up getting pregnant. When I got pregnant, I was in denial. I never took a pregnancy test. I only based it off the fact that I didn't have a period. Obviously, I didn't tell my mom. I told my twin sister, and she said that she was pregnant too. So twins ovulate at the same time. Well, at least me and my sister do, and we still ovulate at the same time, still to this day. It's crazy. So months and months pass, y'all. We don't say anything to our mom about us feeling like we're pregnant. We're so young, we don't even know that there's like other options. Like you could take a plan B, you can, weigh out your options. We don't even think about any of that. So we just let the time pass. One day my mom calls us down. It's me, my sister, my little brother. He's 5 years younger than us. And then we had like a baby brother at the time. I think he was like two or three. She called us down and she's like having a family meeting and she wants to tell us that she's expecting another son. Or she was expecting. I don't think she knew what she was having at the time, but she was expecting another baby. When she told us that, me and my sister looked at each other and we was just quiet. Right, y'all, my phone is about to die, so I'm gonna have to hold it like this. But yeah, so she told us that she was expecting. Me and my sister, we thinking like, oh my fucking gosh, it is about to be three pregnant females in this household, and there's about to be 3 babies.
Damn.
I remember my mom asking us, like, y'all not happy? Like, why are y'all so quiet? Because we was so in tune with our little brother that she had. We were asking to have him at nighttime. Like, we wanted to hold him, feed him, wash him up, all types of stuff, y'all. We absolutely adored our little brother. So I feel like she was not expecting that reaction. And obviously, we didn't expect to give her that reaction. We just was like, what the fuck? I kid y'all not. After that conversation, my mom was like, I'm putting y'all on birth control. It was a little too late for that though. So she takes us to our PCP and she's like super cool with our PCP. She comes to the appointment and when you get put on birth control, you have to take a pregnancy test before you get on the birth control. I don't even know why that wasn't clicking for me and my sister. We didn't even think about that. We knew at this appointment that she was going to find out that we was pregnant, and that's all we was thinking about. So we take the test. After we take the test, our doctor comes back into the room, and she's like beet red, y'all. Beet fucking red. Me and my sister just like looking at each other, talking to each other, like twin shit. Like, we like, shit is about to hit the fan. Keisha, both of the girls are pregnant. The doctor had came in. She was beet red, y'all. Beet red. And she said that both of the girls are pregnant. That's exactly how she said it. She was like, both of the girls are pregnant. I'm looking at my sister looking at me, the doctor looking at my mom. We don't know. Nobody knows what's about to happen. Like, it's a awkward silence. And I just remember my mom, she just started crying. Now, y'all gotta remember, my mom was pregnant, so her hormones was everywhere. So her first reaction was to cry. Like, it was like a sad thing. Like, not one, but both of her girls are pregnant. What made matters worse, though, y'all, was the fact that me and my sister was so far along. I remember the doctor saying, like, this is a serious situation. They need to go to an OB immediately because they are pretty far. She had made us sit back on the table and she did like a she did some type of exam on her stomach, and like when we sat back, it was all baby, y'all. I just remember the doctor just being like speechless, y'all. She couldn't say anything. She was literally speechless. Like it was like, wow, like she had never seen anything like this. So I remember like we stepped out of the room, her and my mother talked for a while. I know that she was really sad, she was really upset, crying and everything like that. So they were just trying to like make her feel better about the situation. So you can't just get in with the OB. Like you do have to make an appointment. It's usually weeks out. And it's the initial appointment, so it's a longer appointment. I remember our doctor had put in a referral to the OB, and that never really happens. And we were able to get in like the very next day. So the very next day after my mom found out about our pregnancy, we were sitting in the OB office. They do an ultrasound because they're concerned at this point about the babies. Like we're so far, we never had any type of prenatal care or anything. We don't even know how far along we are. We just know that we're pretty far. And we get there where our appointments were like back to back. My mom was there, so I go first. Like I'm sitting on the table and they were like, "You are 6 months pregnant and you're having a girl." So they was able to tell us the sex of the baby, how far along we were, if the baby was healthy or not. Like, you know, we did like whatever they were able to see on the ultrasound was what we were told. At that point, we didn't have any blood work or anything like that done yet, but that was like the next step. Like, so we did get blood work that day done. We did get blood work done that day and everything like that. My sister went next. She was 6 months. After my mom found out that we was pregnant, we went to the OB. We did find out that I was having a girl and she was having a boy. We found out that we were 6 months along and we were 2 weeks apart. I've seen a lot of people ask me, like, how was it that we were able to hide our pregnancy for 6 months? Well, you know, if you know anything about having kids, you know that it takes a while for you to show when it's your first baby, especially if you are, like, on the more petite side. It does take a longer time for you to show. So at that point, we were able to keep it a secret because we just weren't showing that much. The only time that we really could kind of see a bulge is when we were laying down. Like I had stated in the previous video, when we went to the actual appointment and the doctor had us lay back, you can see a bulge like on your lower part of your stomach. Another thing that we were doing, we were wearing like baggier shirts, just more loose fitting clothing, and that definitely helped out a lot because you just could not tell that we were pregnant. So it was like, I don't want to say it was awkward in the household with me and my sister and my mom, but for a while, a lot of the conversation was only in regards to the babies. Like at that point, it was like, y'all are mothers now. It's not about y'all no more. It is about those babies. And that's just what it was. Because obviously we were 16, we weren't working. I wasn't working anywhere. My sister wasn't working anywhere. So the kids still needed things. So she like almost bought everything for the kids. She also paid for our baby shower. So me and my sister had a shared baby shower. It was me and my daughter's dad, and then it was my sister and her baby dad. And we had a shared baby shower. It turned out really nice. We had all of our family there, and we got so much shit for the kids. So much stuff that we didn't need anything for the kids for a very long time. My mom was also excited because I was having a girl. She had found out what she was having, which was another boy. So she had just had a son, then she was having another boy, and my sister was having a boy. So my daughter was the only girl out of the crew. So she was like buying all types of stuff for her. Every time she would go in the store, y'all know, if you have a little baby girl, they have the cute stuff. Like, you go girl crazy because you always can find something for a baby girl. I will say though, for a while, my mental just was not there because I had spent so much time just trying to like hide the pregnancy that I never actually came to terms with the fact that I was pregnant. I feel like I was mad at myself for a little while there because I had plans on going to a historical black college. I wanted to go to Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta. I was moving to Atlanta. College was like my ticket out. That was like, I was very set on that. So when I did become pregnant, I remember the first thing that I thought about was college. I also seen comments on my previous videos in regards to me and my sister's education. We did not finish school because there was a altercation when we was in school where these girls just could not stand us. Like, chicks just couldn't stand us, and it was just because we was twins. They just did not like us. I remember being in school and people would be like trying to say like little bullying remarks like, oh, why the twins always wearing tracks? Because at this time, y'all, this was the time where we was like learning everything. This is where we really learned how to do our makeup, because we was into makeup before anybody was doing makeup, especially in my small city. But we kind of just was experimenting with things. We was experimenting with our makeup, with our eyebrows, our hair. So we was wearing tracks. And this girl kept like trying to pick with us, and one day it just became this big thing because I said something back to her. My sister said something, because we twins. You're not about to just pick and think one person about to say something and the other twin not about to say nothing. Nah, it don't work like that. So anyways, y'all, we ended up getting suspended from school. So after we got suspended from school and almost into a fight, my mom was like, absolutely not. Y'all pregnant. They didn't know that, but my mom knew that, and she pulled us out of school. We did cyber school. Cyber school was not good for me because I am a hands-on learner. So we didn't have nobody, like a teacher right there telling us, finish your work. It didn't work for us. And so at that point, when we tried to go back to school, because I forgot to mention, we also had gotten to an altercation with one of the faculty members, and this school was low-key kind of racist. So when we tried to get back to school, they was like, nah, ain't happening. So we ended up having to get our GED. I passed my GED on the first time. So.
Ooh, this is crazy. Being a twin, I can say that, I don't know what I would have did in this situation. I would say that all twins do not ovulate around the same time, because I know me and my twin didn't. We were always on like different schedules, even with our cycles. It was just always on a different schedule. But no, this is crazy. I mean, I always wanted to possibly be pregnant at the same time with my twin, which is just never happened, which I'm kind of glad, because baby hormones, we would have been at each other's throat, okay? So I'm so happy that didn't happen, and I can imagine being in the house with my twin and my mom, and all of us are pregnant. Oh, no. But this was a crazy story time. I was 16. I remember being a teenager and being pregnant. I wasn't that young. I was, matter of fact, I think I was 19. Yeah, I was 19 when I got pregnant. So I was a little older, a lot older, but my situation was different. I was taking the steps to not get pregnant. I was on birth control. Unfortunately, I ran out of birth control, and as soon as I got them, I started back taking them, and I was just as far as they was. It was a couple weeks before I could find out what I was having as well. So this story kind of reminds me of my, story. But yeah, if y'all want a story time of my own personal story time of how I found out and what happened and all these other things, I can share that as well. But yeah, no, this is a crazy ass story time, y'all. What do y'all think about it? How would y'all feel? Like, me personally as a mother, I would just be so hurt. I would just feel like my daughter's future is over, her life is over. And it's not that it's over, it's just you may be a little delayed, and you will have challenges. You will have different challenges that most teenagers your age don't have, will never have. So it's just a big, huge responsibility, and it's something that you don't want your kids to have to experience as a kid. So, I cannot. I mean, I would have took the steps to put my kids on birth control, and not because, I'm having another baby, let me go put my kids on birth control. No, I would have been taking the steps, especially if I knew or felt like, okay, they may be active, or they may, be questioning or thinking about, being active. I would have definitely been took the steps to get them, me personally. But of course, everybody live, they learn. Her mom thought to do it, but unfortunately it was too late. I feel like at 16, all parents should get their kids on some type of birth control, because at that age they get curious. At that age they start wondering. At that age they may have a boyfriend or somebody they like, especially if they have somebody they like, or a boyfriend, or whatever the case may be. I would say do it. Me personally, I went and took myself and put myself, I was at that age where at 18 I took myself to go get put on birth control, because I knew that I had plans that I had things that I wanted to do, and I knew that I didn't want to get pregnant. I knew that I didn't want that to happen to me. And unfortunately, it still happened. I mean, at the end of the day, tell God your plan and he gonna laugh in your face. Like, he has the plan. And so I definitely love my kids and I don't regret having them. But yeah, y'all, put your thoughts in the comments. Please like, comment, share, and follow my page. Bye.